Hey you guys, it's Hyper Dragon here, and right now I want to talk about a different topic. This is different from my usual videos, but I feel this one needs to be said. Uh, I have literally never been in a relationship, and I'm 25. Now, for a lot of people, they think that's a bad thing or that it's surprising. But lately, I've been thinking, should that really matter? Should that really define you? Here's the thing, throughout most of my life, I've always stuck to myself, like stuck to my own life, like to my own goals. Like I focused on school and my hobbies and my own interests. And the other thing is, I never really socialized a lot as a child. So I grew up somewhat socially awkward, and it it really does suck sometimes, but most of the times most people can't tell that I'm socially awkward, in which I'm okay with that. And because a lot of people think that being in a relation, especially guys, think that being in a relationship is so important to them. Now, when I first looked up the topic of what it's like not being in a relationship, I saw that I'm not the only guy out there who's ever really felt this way. I mean, it's extremely important to work on yourself because that's something in life that we have to do, not just for a relationship, but for ourselves. And I feel like a lot of guys out there want to have a girlfriend like I do, but haven't found the right person. Now, the thing is, I don't necessarily believe there's a right time to be in a relationship. Let me explain on that. Some people find true love when they're in high school. Some people find true love when they're 20s. Some people find true love when they're in their 30s, 40s, or 50s, or even after that. And it had me thinking, is there really like a set time to fall in love? You know, we can fall in love literally at any moment in our lives. We could find the right person literally anywhere at any time. Like, there's people younger than me who are in relationships. That doesn't mean they're better than me. That just means they are lucky to find someone who likes them. Now, when it comes to dating, it is extremely important to have really good social skills and to have a lot of confidence. All right? Like, part of me wish that I had uh, focused more on socializing than school. Because you know how they say C's get degrees? Well, I was like a high A student. I didn't really socialize a lot. I just focused up on school, like I said. And a lot of the people that I grew up in high school are settling down in relationships, or they're still single, or they already found someone, or they're getting married, or some of them even have kids. And sometimes I think to myself, why can't I have that already? But then I realize everyone goes at their own pace. I don't need to have that in order to be happy. You shouldn't need another person to be happy. A relationship is supposed to make you happier. It's not the basis for your happiness because happiness comes from within. There's just, I feel like one of the topics I wanted to cover is that a lot of guys think that a woman is the most important thing in the world. Like, I feel like a relationship or being with a woman is not the first and only thing that matters in life. Because I used to think that I was never good enough for someone, but the bottom line is everyone has a different preference. I might not be good enough for one girl, but I'm good enough for another girl. Because so far, I've only ever gotten rejected, but I've never really met someone that really, like, I have like a true connection with. And like, I always think to myself, you guys know the incel community, right? A lot of incels hate women because they can't find a girl that likes them back, so they hate them and they're very misogynistic. Like, I think it's a shitty thing for incels to do what they do and to say what they say. And I think the bottom line is that a lot of them are like super lonely. And I feel like simps often think that if they cherish a girl or they treat her like she's a queen, they're gonna love them back. And that's not always the case now, is it? The bottom line is that what Simpson incels have in common is that they're guys who essentially feel like they're very lonely. And I get that. I used to think that I was very lonely too, but I realized I'm alone. I'm not lonely. There's a huge difference between being alone and being lonely. Two completely different things. Um, that's those are things that I think we have to understand. That being alone and being lonely are two different things. When you're lonely, you feel like you need some other people, but when you're alone, you adapt to your own settings and you do what's best for you. I often feel like I have to be good enough for someone in order to be in a relationship, and that's not true. I could find a relationship right now if I wanted to, but because so many of us feel like we have to do this, we have to do that before we're in a relationship. Like, I have to finish school first, I have to get the right job, I have to be in the right apartment. But I know guys who have less than I do, and yet they're in relationships. I mean, it does suck. Believe me, it does suck not having a girlfriend or not having anyone to wake up to or not having someone attracted to you. It does suck. I know it can be frustrating, but please don't let that define you as a human being. You don't need another person to feel justified in life. And it does suck. It does suck. I'm validating your feelings that not having a relationship is it's a lonely life sometimes. But like I said, we have to work on ourselves and make ourselves better. Because when I when I ask out a girl and I get rejected, I often think, did I do something wrong? Is it me? Am I the one that sucks? Or is she just not the right one? I mean, it could be both, to be honest. Being rejected doesn't make you any less of a person. It really doesn't. I feel like the more and the more you struggle and you're desperate for a relationship, that you're not going to have it one day because you're so focused on it. And you can't be focused on that. You have to focus on other things in life. And I definitely encourage more guys out there to go out and talk to more girls. Because a lot of guys that complain about not being in a relationship don't actually talk to girls. They just expect them to come to them. You know? Like, if you're extremely shy or an introvert, then dating can be a pain in the butt. Let me tell you something. It definitely is a pain in the butt. But that doesn't justify hating the opposite gender or hating women or hating men because of the hard time dating. Listen, I honestly do hope that I find a girl to love me one day. I really do. But if I don't, I'm not gonna hate myself. As long as I know that I tried my best, I think I'll be good in the end. And it's not easy to find. Well, finding a a girlfriend or relationship isn't the hard part. Finding someone you have a connection with is where the difficulty comes in. And that's where that that's where the idea of love and relationship comes in. And I'm willing to admit that I've been jealous of other guys who are in relationships. We've all been jealous. We've all thought to ourselves, I really wish I had that. Being jealous is a normal human emotion because we as humans have desires. We as humans feel like we need, we want something. And if we can't have it, then we get upset. And we sometimes get jealous of other people have the things that we want. And the thing is, don't act on that jealousy. Instead, let that be a lesson in how to build yourself. Because when you're alone, you have more time to focus and to grow on yourself. Like as men, we have to build ourselves up and not rely on other people all the time. And I think as guys, we should definitely be building each other up as well. I mean, love isn't a competition. We all find love at different points and we all experience love in different ways. Now, coming from the perspective of someone who's never been in a relationship, you definitely want that. You feel like if you're in a relationship, you would try and be a good partner. Like if I was in a relationship, I would definitely try my absolute best to make it work if I truly love this person. You know? Like the one thing you have to remember, you guys, the one thing I really want you guys to remember is that you're not any less of a person for not being in a relationship. Because for so long, I felt like I just wasn't attractive. I wasn't good enough. But as I've gotten older, I realized that I don't need a relationship to be happy. I don't need someone to validate me feeling attractive. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. Just remember that. And like, if I never find someone, I think I'd be okay with that. I really do want someone, but I don't need another person. Like, it would be nice to have someone to wake up to in the morning, to have intimate relations with. But like I said, I can't force that. I can't force someone to love me. At the end of the day, all you can do is be a better person. All right? I can't make someone love me. All I can do is be the kind of person who is worth loving. All right? That's what I want a lot of you guys to remember, that I'm going to love myself and work on myself whether or not I'm with a woman or not. Even if you're in a relationship, you can still work on yourself. And I think that's one of the best parts about being human. Ah, well, uh, I hope you guys enjoyed my rant. And please let me know what you think in the comment section about what it's like not being in a relationship. Because, like, you guys are human. Don't be jealous of other people in relationships. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't ultimately make you awesome. All right? But like I said, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. And what was I gonna say? Follow me on my socials. They're right up here. And please, please, please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to hear more advice videos, please let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys next time. All right? Goodbye, everybody.